All right, today we're not just going to talk about motivation. We are going to deconstruct a blueprint. Think of this as a step-by-step guide for forging that mental toughness you need to become absolutely relentless in chasing down your goals. Let's dive in.
And this, right here, is where it all begins. This one idea is the bedrock for everything else we're about to cover. We get so focused on our physical limits, but the real game, the infinite game, that's all played in the mind. And that's the central theme for our journey today.
So let's get into section 1, the mental game. Because before you even think about taking a step, or lifting a weight, or making a call, the real preparation has to happen right between your ears.
This slide just nails a huge shift in thinking. See, most people live from the neck down. They focus on the physical stuff, the action, and they just react when problems pop up. But the winning approach, the one that builds champions, that's all neck up. It's about mentally preparing, about anticipating the challenges so you're already ready to knock them down before they even get in your way.
And this really drives the point home, doesn't it? You can be in the best physical shape of your life, but if your mind isn't ready for the pressure, for the setbacks, for the grind, then all that physical training means almost nothing. Mental prep isn't just part of the process. It is the entire foundation.
Okay, let's move on to section 2 and see how this all connects. A prepared mind is one thing. It's powerful for sure. But a prepared mind with no destination, it's just spinning its wheels. This next part is all about turning that vague want for success into a crystal clear direction.
So, how do you actually build this vision? Well, it's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you have to ask yourself a brutally honest question. What do I really want? Then, once you have some kind of answer, you write it down. And this isn't just to remember it. The act of writing forces you to create clarity out of all that chaotic noise in your head. And that clarity, that's the fuel for the final step, visualization. You build that image in your mind until it's so real, it feels like a memory of something that's already happened.
And don't you dare underestimate the power of doing this. This isn't just about little personal goals. We're talking about real impact. Every huge shift in history, every game-changing invention, it all started with someone who had a clear, undeniable vision. That's the kind of world-changing energy you're tapping into here.
Okay, you've got your prepared mind, you've got your clear vision. Now comes the reality check. Section 3, embracing the grind. This is where we get real and understand that the path forward is never a straight line. Obstacles aren't just possible, they are guaranteed and, frankly, a necessary part of the process.
I love this metaphor. It is so true. The road to anything worthwhile is always under construction. You're never going to find a perfectly paved, freshly painted highway to your dreams. The people who actually make it, they're the ones who expect the potholes and the detours, put on a hard hat, and just keep moving forward. They don't wait for the road to be finished.
Now this is such a critical mindset shift. Bad breaks are coming. That's a fact. But instead of seeing them as a stop sign, what if you saw them as a signal? So often, the moment of greatest resistance comes right before the biggest breakthrough. When things get the absolute toughest, that might mean you are closer than you have ever been.
And that brings us to this core idea, failing to win. It's this kind of counterintuitive concept that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's actually a key ingredient. Every mistake is a lesson. Every misstep is data. You have to fail in order to win.
And at the end of the day, this is the real message, isn't it? Your story isn't defined by the fall, it's defined by the fact that you got back up. Resilience isn't about never stumbling. It's about mastering the art of rising again every single time.
And that brings us to our final section, the one that ties this whole thing together. Section 4, the relentless attitude. If your vision is the map and the grind is the road, then this attitude, this is the engine that's going to power you through the entire journey, no matter what.
So what's the secret to this relentless attitude? It all hinges on one powerful idea. You have to have a made-up mind. What does that mean? It means the decision is done. It's over. It is no longer up for debate whether or not you'll reach your destiny. This isn't just hoping, it's a declaration.
So what does this made-up mind look like in the real world? Well, it basically acts like armor. It doesn't care how impossible things look. It isn't bothered by how long something is taking. It hears the word no and just treats it like another problem to solve, not a final answer. It refuses to settle for just good enough, because its only focus is on that one mission that's been in your heart from the start.
And this right here, this is the ultimate anthem of a relentless person. It's a commitment without an expiration date.
It's a belief that doesn't depend on quick results or what other people think. It's the simple, powerful decision to just keep believing. Period.
So, as we wrap this explainer up, we leave you with this one thought. We've laid out the whole blueprint, the mental game, the vision, the grind, the attitude. But now it all comes down to you. What is that one thing, that one vision, that you'll choose to have a made-up mind about? What will you refuse to stop believing in?